Am I here? Let me know if you like can't hear me well or can't see something. Happy to try to fix it. I'm all on my own tonight. Garrett is out sick this week, so it is just me, and we are once again on the bench with the Spectre. Um, 2 weeks ago, we dusted it or cleaned out the outside. Today, we're going to clean the loop part, the wet stuff. So it's been about a year and a half since I cleaned this. It does just have distilled water in it, and it's really not bad at all. However, we're going to be finally finishing this build in the next couple weeks here, and we're going to do a motherboard swap, and that entails a different CPU block, and I just figured it'd be best to flush this out right now ahead of time. That way we have all just clean stuff before we get new stuff in. Uh, it's always a good idea to do that. You guys are doing some updates. If you have any questions about the whole process, let me know. I know Daniel did just recently post on his YouTube channel, Singularity Computers, how to fill the Spectre, and he does actually talk about draining it too. This is the older version, so it's even harder than the new version. So you guys get to watch me struggle tonight, because it is a little bit tedious with the way this distro is set up, especially with this whole top portion up there. But we'll work through it, and I'll show you guys my kind of tips and tricks for that. So we are all ready to do the draining stuff here. I've got to finish screwing this fitting in, and she'll start draining. The issue with this is, though, it's got airlock in a bunch of different spots, and that's what we get to struggle through together tonight, is getting those out. So what we're going to do, God, stop kicking that. I'm sorry, people. I hope you're not smoking sick yet. But once we get a bunch of it out, I don't think we'll get it all out, but that's fine. Especially with the way we're cleaning this and the fact that it is just distilled with Mayhem's additives. I have a bit of part 2 left, which is what we're ultimately going to clean it with. But tonight, I'm just going to start with a little bit of Primo Chill System Soap, which honestly, I know it's not just Dawn dish soap, but it's very, very similar, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion. You could just clean your loop with Dawn dish soap, and it would honestly be fine, and I wouldn't say it's a bad thing either. We're going to start with this just to like kind of loosen up and get the main stuff out first, and then after that I'll start diluting that down with part 2, with the part 2 solution, and then I have water. It'll be fine. I've got like 4 gallons of it. By the end I'll probably be through at least half of it. My theory with cleaning any loop is just use a ton of distilled water, if nothing else. Like if you don't even have a cleaner, just buy twice as much water then. Because the water will eventually get it all out. I mean, if you've got corrosion and whatever else going on, you'll probably have to tear that stuff apart and clean it. But if it's mainly just, old fluid, water is your best friend. Here we go. So yeah, as you can see, it's going very, very slow. As we lift this up, it helps a little bit, but ultimately it's going to start airlocking, and then you get that done. Ooh, I got lots of people talking. I'll try to get to chat as best I can. Hey y'all, welcome to Thanks, Joe. I like you too, man. Audio a little low and muffled. Turn it up a little bit. This is like a different mic that's up on the ceiling, so it might just be like canceling more sound. He's finally thinking, yeah, dude, I sure am. Got some Primo Loop Prep. Oh, I replied to your email today. Tech. Yeah, you should RMA that stuff, because like, here's my bottle of Primo Prep, which I'm not gonna use tonight. But I'm pretty sure it's not chunky. Yeah, I don't see any chunkies in it, or doesn't sound chunky. So I would just RMA that, and I hope you didn't put it in your loop rating yet. If you have, I think just flush it out, it'll be fine. Unless it got stuck in your box, then you might have to take those apart. Oh, I'm impressed. It's actually like continuously draining some more. It got a decent amount out. Oh, look at that go. Woo, air bubbles, I like that. So I do have two really thick radiators, which is honestly where there's still a ton of fluid. So I'm going to try to blow off some of this, but to be completely fair, I could just start diluting it with cleaning solution right now, just as it is a distilled solution as it is. Discrimination. Oh, really? Alright, is that, ooh, that's gonna be really loud. This is just the laptop mic, so this isn't gonna be as ideal. But is that better? Could you actually, was it bad before? Is this better? Let me know. We'll go back and forth if we have to. Sorry, my nose is running. I don't know why. I got out in the shop here and now my allergies are on me. But it did drain a ways. So my next step is, honestly, this isn't going to work that well, but I usually just blow into it a bit. And it'll move some fluid around, but like I said, since we're starting on the top here, there's already all the air there. So the next best thing to do is to go on like the other side. Let me see here. I guess we can leave this open. We can take our drain tube like so. And then I start just going off, like the GPU is usually your best next spot to drain from because it's got an open port, and I do have it like vertically mounted in this case, so it's just right off the front there. Pretty simple stuff. So we're gonna try to get this situated off of that, and I'm gonna get a plug. We need a plug so we don't lose water elsewhere that we don't want to. Okay. Let me see what you guys said about the audio, because the quality might be much worse. If I could get this to go, there we go. Perfect. Booger soup. Turn off the fans. Yeah, I can't turn off the fans on my laptop. Matt, did you save your money for the new? It's not a 350, it's a 400, you goofball. But so no chunks. Second. It's better. Okay. Rip my ears, sorry. Butter, yes, butter. Okay, we'll stick with the crappy laptop mic. That's okay. So we're gonna hook up a drain up this GPU port. If you guys want me to turn this for you, I guess you could look at it. Then we'll look at it. So, and I mean, this is still all soft tubing, so it's really not too difficult. This is going to be difficult though, because this bad boy is going to start draining right away, probably. But let's test our luck. I'll grab a paper towel for the PSU at least, because we may have to use it to power the pump. Or we could just go with the air compressor and cheat a little bit. I don't think it's cheating, it's being resourceful. So actually I might just airlock. Nope, it's not airlocking. Do that. Got it. So now we'll get some to drain out of there. See if we can, some more to push out. That moves some water through. Honestly, with this much, I might just go with it. This radiator is more than likely pretty full, but I think this one drains okay. Because I mean, this tube's empty, so I'm thinking most of the top radiator is empty, and this guy's still probably halfway full, which is fine. The rest of the loop's pretty drained. Yeah, nothing's moving now. But a half full radiator ain't bad. So, now that we've got that all fingered out, drain tube off to the side, clean up my mess. Make sure we're all good. Get a little drippage. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now to fill it back up with our cleaning solution. Like I said, this is kind of just an example of what to do. I know, like the title says, it's for distros. That's kind of what we've been talking about. Distros can be a pain in the butt. They look pretty, but as far as filling and draining go, they're kind of the worst. They're not the good maintenance stuff. Your classic tube reservoir is going to be a lot easier to fill and drain. That's your thing. In my opinion, the sacrifice for the struggles with the filling and draining is worth it for the look that you get out of it, and also like usually it results in easier tube runs and less fittings used, so there's lots of benefits and only a small inconvenience every so often. If you're like me, you only change your coolant like once every 2 years anyway, so who cares? Alrighty, I'm going to start, like I said, with the system soap. It's just an all-around good cleaner. I think if you have really gunky stuff, it'd really be good to start with this too. This isn't that gunky, but anyways, here goes. The next day or two after this kind of gets flushed out through the period of like probably a gallon of distilled I'll probably use. After that, I will start using the part 2. So I don't know, I use like 1/8 of a teaspoon right there. Oh no, I didn't open my water. Ugh. My cleaner's just sitting in the tube. Okay. Got the water open. Fresh distilled. Only the best for this loop. So Daniel also says with your distros, it's always helpful to have an extra long fill tube as well. Oh no. Why is this leaking? Oh, because I have the drain open. Well then. We're off to a great start, boys. Might add a little more cleaner again because a lot of that just went straight on the bench. It's okay, now my bench smells nice and dish soapy. You know, honestly, I feel like it smells better than Dawn dish soap. If anybody else has this, your system soap, I don't know, maybe it's the same. Somebody else smells something if you got it. You tell me. Don't like huff it. I don't want anybody getting high on this channel or nothing. But I think it smells a lot like dish soap. But it's not a bad thing. If it cleans your dishes, why can't it clean your loop? There we go. We got plenty now. Let's keep filling this, and we might have to plug in the system here. Oh yeah, there we go. You see the bubblies in there? Look how nice and dish soapy that is. Delicious. Keep going a little more. So Daniel recommends part 2 for his distros. I think for our channel's distros, we'd probably say the same thing. But like I said, using multiple cleaners ain't a bad thing, as long as you ensure that you're using plenty of water to flush before you use your next coolant. Well, get a little more in there. Where's it going to? Too Just wanted to drop down a little bit. It's filling up somewhere. So his new Spectres, the 3.0 especially, newest design, is a lot better for filling and draining and stuff actually. So like he changed up the channel up here, which helps quite a bit. So you guys, if you buy a Spectre today, you don't have to worry about the struggle quite as much as me. Oops, we're making a mess now. Now I'm just being sloppy. There we go. Come on, boy, drink up. Okay. So I might drain a little bit out of the top there, but it'll live. I have a power cord right here, and this motherboard is essentially dead already. It's had way better days. I bought it broken, so the fact that it's still working is quite impressive in my opinion. But yeah, I don't always recommend just powering on the whole system to turn the loop over, or to turn your pump over essentially. However, that's what I'm going to do today, because this motherboard is dead to me, and basically the rest of society. See if we can get a little bit in there. It's going to drink it fast. Here she goes. Have I been able to keep it full? I might not need to actually cycle it. Oh my gosh, look at all the bubbles. Well, she's drinking a little water, or a little air. I think it'll be okay though. Yeah, there's water in there, but the bubbles are not helping their situation, that's for sure. Look at that. All that cleaning power, boys. Oofta, the foam is real, dudes. Huh. Turn it a little more. Look at that. It's like EK Mystic Fog, dish soap style. So we might have used a bit much, but I guess we'll just use that much more water. So with the part 2, you probably want to be more careful about following the ratios, because it is almost like I believe it is an acid to a certain, it's not like a super strong acid, but it is an acid, so you want to dilute it properly and not use too much. But with the dish soap, the PC Primo Chill System soap, there's really not too much. Well, because in this situation here, we are a little overboard on the bubbles, but yeah, this is worst case Ontario. I think we'll cycle it now. See what comes up. Ooh, she didn't want to burp. Look at all that. It's going up. Oh, my arm's in the way. Sorry, folks. Let's go. The chicken wing. Okay. Let's try again. What's the foam gonna do? We're gonna get worse or better? Try adding a little more water. For my boy. So it is like actually a bubble water solution at this point. It's just looking like a good 50-50 mix. That's good though. Get everything nice and squeaky clean the way we like it. I don't want to have to take apart this distro anytime soon. So if you did have really bad like coolant, like buildup and discoloration, you may have to take apart your distro case like this. If you do, I'm sorry, but that can happen. That's why I kind of recommend, and just myself, I only use the clear distilled with additives setup, just purely because I don't want to deal with trying to take this apart. and clean every little bit. So, let's try another power cycle. Just make sure Windows is destroyed before I'm done with it. So I'm not certain how much water is actually in here, but the pump is fine. That's all that really matters. So, you guys share with me your least favorite loops to try to clean. You guys have a distro setup that's just a pain in the butt? Or are you guys all pros at this by now? We're going to use this mic to hold up the... Oh my. That's OP right there. Look at that. Ugh. The mic is useful. It may not be the mic we're using, but it is still serving a purpose. Yay. So there we go, folks. It is quite foamy, as you can see here. There's a little bit of water up in the tube, but it is at like a half water, half foam solution situation. So we should be good. You can see water in here. I'm just gonna let that run for a while. The foam will dissipate over time. So if you do get a little bit too much, you can let the foam dissipate. You could even leave it off and just let it sit in there for a while. But let the foam settle out, then add some more water. And as I was saying I was going to do, I'm just going to keep diluting it with more and more water. I'm not going to add any more of the cleaner. Just going to keep adding water. Probably go through a good gallon or so to get through this system soap. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing with Mayhem's Part 2, which you can get all these cleaners at PPC's. Carlos is in the chat. Maybe it'd be nice and link them for you guys. What are y'all talking about? Nori, it's trash. You know what to do, guys. Upgrade people's setups. I'd be down for that, Nora. I like that. It's a good idea. Judge my setup. I don't know how well that title will go over though. No one can get high without Matt. What is this, the 90s? And there's a foam party, dude. I've been to a foam party in the 2000s. You don't have to be in the 90s, but yeah, it's definitely a foam party in there. It's pretty wicked. The Barrel Stark. Oh, good call. I bet. That's a whole distro case too. But this isn't too bad. Like I said, if you guys were to pick up a distro or a Spectre today, it'd be much better than this. This is the old one. I still love it, but yeah, it's not quite the optimal thing. We don't all get things perfect the first try now, do we? Somebody's got to remind me to get another power cable, because the new motherboard's going to have another power cable. So ATX, and all these are going to get reduced. Well, not this. This is my 10 Pro. I need this. But all these guys are going to go away. I've got the new Lee & Lee Uni fans here. I can show you guys. We've got a nice Uni fans, which you can get from us. We've got a bunch in stock finally. They've been hard to keep a hold of, but I think we're finally catching up now with the demand. I think they're pretty sick. I won't have nearly as many cables because of these, which is awesome for this case, because as you can see, it's really kind of divvied out already. But anyways, do that. I've got some new tubing for it. As I said, a new motherboard, water block setup, and you guys will get to see all that hopefully within the next 2 weeks here. I've also got a whole like Corsair water cooled build going on in the next week for my roommate. So I will be either streaming or doing a video. I'm not quite certain yet. More than likely a video, I believe. But there's going to be a few builds on the channel here coming up. Stay tuned for those guys. Really pumped to see all you guys here tonight. It was fun cleaning with y'all. And don't be afraid to, like I said, comment about your least favorite loop to clean. Because this is honestly mine. I've got Like the test bench that I have is even way easier than this, and that loop has like 100 fittings in it. So all it takes is one slightly off design distro, and you spend twice as much time cleaning. But it's besides the point. If you guys do like distros, distro cases, get this guy at PPC's. And we also have a ton of distros now that we have designed in-house or in part with Singularity Computers. They're the channels distros. There are all kinds of customizations for them too. You can make them totally your own, like nobody else's, and it's pretty awesome. So check those out for sure. Carlos, did you update the site? No, Carlos don't work. Yeah, dude, these new fans, the Unity fans, I saw that and I was like, okay, that's actually pretty ingenious. However, one thing I did notice is you can see right away, or at least I noticed right away, the fan blade on these is actually not as big as a 120 fan. So you lose the wires, however, your shroud is a lot thicker. So I would have to say these are probably not, they don't move as much air CFM wise. However, their static pressure rating is like pretty awesome. But honestly, that's a given. The smaller the thing you get, the easier it is to make it for static pressure. Anyway, I'm digressing now. But yeah, just something I noticed. I'll be checking those out. I'm going to put them in here either way. This loop's got plenty thick radiators. It kind of just does what it wants as far as temps go. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I thought Garrett talked to you about this. To the new section. Oh. Yeah, Carlos, that's your job. Nori, you know that's Carlos's job, right? You know who to bug. Anyways, like I said, that's Carlos's job. Ha! This one's mine, and it's pretty much done. What do you guys think? You approve? But, like I said, let me know what you guys think of cleaning distros and loops. Is it a pain for you, or do you enjoy it? It's definitely something you gotta do though. So don't ignore it. Stick to your loop maintenance, and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, because we are gonna be back here next week. Hopefully you guys get to see Garrett's pretty face again too. And actually, like I said, there's gonna be quite a few videos coming out very soon. So stay tuned, stay cool. It's hot as hell in here. I gotta go inside and cool off. Y'all have a great night. And happy water cooling, folks. Thanks all for stopping by. Check the new section. We will get that sorted, Nori. We appreciate your help and everybody else's support and help. Thank you.